Welcome to the 5th Robert Half Financial Leadership Forum in Singapore, held in partnership with the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Singapore. Today's topic: new opportunities and challenges ahead for Chief Finance Officers. Focuses on the key concerns of today's finance leaders, the challenges and opportunities ahead. Within this forum, we're pleased to welcome a distinguished pool of panellists who will be sharing their insights and perspectives on the challenges and opportunities for Chief Finance Officers in the current market. As finance professionals seek to take advantage of business opportunities, they face the difficult balancing act of managing risk, managing costs, while supporting the strategic growth plans of the businesses that they work in.
As we look at the last 12 months, the strategy has been, if you want to remain to be number one, you must invest in certain initiative. And obviously, if you just look at number one by revenue, then you have to try to source target. So M&A become a very important part of your strategy. But first, there's another aspect. Like for example, if I were to look at my firm in Singapore, currently we are investing not so much in sourcing target because it's a global firm's perspective. But in Singapore, we are looking at developing that branding by investing in certain initiative.
It's about making sure that you're doing the right thing, right? So investing in what you need to do from a regulatory and a compliance perspective to ensure that you're abiding by the rules, and that's probably the first thing.
It's not about purely just looking at in terms of financial discipline or going into the right business and all that. Protecting the brand right now becomes hugely important, particularly as you step into the new challenges that we have as we look at people really wanting to believe in a company they are really working with or they're transacting with, or it's no longer about selling, it's about relationship.
We have, the accounting standards and what we have to do from a regulatory point of view. It gives us the rules of the game. It tells us these are the rules that we have to abide by, and this is how we're going to present our numbers. At the end of the day, the basics still come into practice around being a proper CFO. And it's not just about doing the cost control and the financial control and making sure that the numbers are right in the general ledger. It is about providing the level of business insight to the business.
With the transformation of the role of the CFO, I think the demand on the CFO is definitely a lot more onerous compared to in the past. In addition to just the reporting function, I think how to be effective strategies, how to be an effective catalyst of change, how to do financial engineering. Okay, I think all this actually demands so-called skill sets, and it also demands actually continuous so-called education to keep yourself abreast of changes, techniques, methodology. Okay, so it's always a ever-changing education process.
Governance important, compliance important, and in a way, CFO must make sure that if the CEO has stepped out of line to enter into a transaction where there are governance concern or compliance concern and pushing for a policy that is not acceptable by the standard, I think then the CFO will step out and say, look, not doable.
The market is shifting so rapidly, is changing so fast, that the critical success factors for us is, number one, is to really understand that when the market or the consumer or the customer behavior changes, we have to be on the curve, or better still, ahead of the curve.
Growth comes with a question around how do you make sure you have the right compliance and governance around that growth and ensuring that what you're doing is you're growing at the right level and at the right pace. It is about making sure that you've got the right people who you trust, who are doing the right things around the company, and that you're looking at things like platforms and efficiencies around process and operations.
In terms of, let's say, investment in branding, it may sound surprising, but even the stat board, customer intimacy, customer focus, customer service is one of the core value of JTC. So in that regard, I think we spend a lot of time, basically to invest human resources, human capital, technology, to ensure that we provide that so-called service actually to customer.
It really is about getting out of that mold of just being a subject matter expert to really be a partner in terms of helping the company strategically to grow and to make the right decisions. So it is actually a joint partnership with the CEO.
Not about just driving growth into the company, but also being able to highlight some of the key areas of risk and some of the key hot spots that might be out there, so that you're actually directing the air traffic for the CEO and letting them manage the business the way that they need to manage the business.
In addition to ethics, I personally believe that there's another attribute which a CF must have, and that's what I call the financial conscience, which actually goes beyond just ethics. The ability and the courage to stand up, to tell this is wrong, even though there may be political consequences.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please, for our panel. Their views and valuable insights are captured in a white paper which is available on the Robert Half website today.